Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys, I'm just running on low. I think I didn't get enough sleep. I need more sleep. So I apologize if I look a little tired because I am a little tired. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me greet all the beautiful, wonderful people here. Shout out to my mod Pika. I saw Pika in the chat, ready to go. Nebby, how you doing, love? Shout out to you, all my beautiful, wonderful members. Leah. Caroline, thank you for becoming a member. Shout out to you. Thank you. Thank you. Ro, thank you. Kraken Studio. Thank you so much for being here. I know we gonna get into that part in a little bit. But yes, we will. Oneida, thank you for being here. We're gonna listen. Go finish watching Aaron's stream. Come back because we got to talk a little bit about that other stuff. But I wanted to talk a little bit about this true crime situation that's happening. Venus, welcome, welcome. SPTV, Keyboard Warrior, welcome. Shout out to Jamie, how you doing, love? You clueless? Well, we're gonna clue you in, girl. Hey Steve, shout out to you. Crazy, welcome. Thank you guys. You guys know I gotta greet everybody. Welcome everybody. All my wonderful supporters. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. Um, let's see. Sassy, Iron Rabbit, Neuro, Psych. Welcome. Thank you guys. I know we got the best mods in the house. We have one mod here. Shout out to everybody else. Loves Cats, Lovey Cats, welcome. Jody, welcome. Sarah, Tina, welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody, Rhiannon, welcome. Is it Kafik? Kafik 89, welcome. Dysfunctional Cutie, welcome. Pamela, welcome. Susie Q's in the house, y'all. Welcome. Cheeks. Shout out to Cheeks. I just saw Cheeks, our second mod. Shout out to our beautiful, wonderful mods. Kate, thank you for being here. Hey, Real Deal. Hey, Mel. Chrissy, never in. Thank you for being here. Hey, everybody. You go finish Aaron's live. You got to do what you got to do. Scary Larry, DB, Tina, thank you for being here. Yes, self-inflicted gunshot wound. We're going to get into that in a minute. But I wanted to greet everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, Queen Thayton. All right. I think I've greeted most of the members. Venus, everybody. Welcome. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Hey, Glow. Welcome, welcome. You guys, Paula, thank you. Ronnie, thank you guys for being here. Chico's in the house. All right, we got 3 mods. Shout out to Chico. Love you, Chico. You don't have to be here. You know that. Christy, Glow, Kim, everybody. All right. And Vintage Mama, a member for 3 months. Shout out to you, Vintage Mama. So I'm trying. I first of all, for those that don't know, a lot of my content is true crime with a component of true crime and true crime related. We've added a playlist of kind of cults and crimes when there's definitely crimes in cults, such as Scientology. We'll get into that. And we've added a new playlist where I'm doing a lot of more like Hollywood crime deep dives, or at least things that somebody should be incarcerated for, if that makes sense, right? Or, just kind of exposing that. So make sure you guys check that out. That's a little bit of everything that you get. Mel, welcome to the memberships. Shout out to you guys. You drinking your tea? Listen, I'm on an energy drink. I'm tired, y'all. I really am tired. I'm not going to lie. But I want to talk about the story that I'm having. I cover true crime. This is where I was going with this. And it's been very hard for me to cover true crime lately because of some of the true crime stuff that's been happening and just the way things are being covered. And there's certain cases that I'm really trying to be careful about how I cover because of, especially with children and just the crazy shit that happens here on YouTube with some of the creators. Some of them, okay, not everybody, but some of them, they just do too much. So I said, listen, I have to be able to just pass on something that I would typically cover and do something else. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. But I'm ready. Listen, I'm ready to go. True crime. We're going to be doing more lives in the summer for sure. Kiddos are going to be out of school here pretty soon, so it'll be a little bit easier. You'll be seeing me more on live in the morning, afternoonish. So kind of like before, we used to do like 3 lives in one day. We were hustling, hustling. So this is why I've been doing a lot of uploads for those that are kind of wondering. But thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's get into this, and then we're going to get into Brian Kent. Okay, deal. let's get into this. So for those that were kind of wondering what's going on, what true crime part, what you talking about, there was an Amber Alert, and there was like a manhunt happening actually. And while I was scheduling this, I found out that the man has, well, first of all, he was DOA upon arrival, self-inflicted gunshot wound. He killed two people and abducted this baby boy. All right. This is a former law enforcement officer, a former Yakima police officer who police say killed two people and abducted his 1-year-old son in the state of Washington, shot himself in the head just north of Eugene on Tuesday after police pursuit, according to the West Richland Police Department. So so people got the Amber Alerts. This was in Portland, Oregon. So this was going on. So there was this manhunt happening, and apparently he shot himself. I mean, listen, I'm happy that he didn't hurt the child. The child is in the state custody at this point, but he's a 1-year-old. You guys, just a little 1-year-old. Like, what is going on? So that's just sad. So authorities in West Richland, Washington, issued an Amber Alert last Monday night, which would have been yesterday, as they search for 39-year-old Elias. I think his last name is Huizar. Huizar, is that how you say that? Huizar. I want to say it in Spanish, but I don't want to assume. It's Elias Huizar and his son Roman. The alert indicated Elias was taking his son to Mexico. Mm. A clerk at Portland Plaid Pantry on Tuesday morning reported to police that Elias was at the store at about 12:40 a.m. to purchase a drink. The clerk reported a child was seen in the back seat of a car who Elias was driving. Excuse me. Police spotted the vehicle Elias was driving at about 3 p.m. going south on Interstate 5. Troopers with Oregon State Police chased after it and then reported Elias had shot himself near Eugene. West Richland Police said Elias' condition wasn't immediately known. Um, the boy was safely taken into custody. Interstate 5 South is closed at milepost 196. According to police, Elias shot and killed his ex-wife, 31-year-old Amber Rodriguez, on the campus of Wiley Elementary School in Richland. So he shot the mother and he shot himself. This is just like horrible. All right, yeah. So while serving a search warrant at his home Monday night, police found another person who was killed. The Amber Alert indicated the second person killed as his girlfriend. What the fuck? Like, what happened here? Like, the real deal is like, oh no, right. I'm glad that this little boy is safe. And I'm sorry, you guys, I'm cussing because I'm an adult. But, these are the kind of stories that really are triggering that I love true crime. But when it pertains to stories about little kids, I hate it. I hate it. So the story gets worse because she was a minor. The girlfriend, Addie, because he got a 15-year-old pregnant. Is that correct? According to court documents, while working as a school resource officer, Elias got a 15-year-old pregnant, and she had the baby at 16. He basically killed a child, got her pregnant. That is just what? Yeah, she's a child. You all right, Kate Taylor? Like, you killed a child. You got a child pregnant, then you killed her. And all of this happened at this school? Am I muted? I hope not. Let me know. I cannot. This is crazy. So the coward doesn't want to face any kind of consequences. And what does he do? He offs himself. Thank you, babe. It's your sound, Leah. Shout out to Leah. Everybody's like, we can hear you. All right. It is despicable. Like, but thank you, Leah. So documents indicate she told investigators they stayed together after the child was born. At the time of the murder, Elias was released with conditions of release, two pending felony matters: rape of a child in the third degree and rape in the second degree. Total bail on those two matters was 2,500 Benton County, Washington. Wow. That's crazy. So his ex-wife had recently obtained a protection order against him, authorities said. Wait a minute. So she had just gotten a protection order, and this child who, listen, I'm not going to say girlfriend because that's a child, all right? This minor was pregnant. Yeah, like why would you have a child around somebody that needs a protection order? Who's in charge here? Let me see your manager, judge. How's this work? Is it? I'm so sorry, M71. So you guys are from that area. A lot of you guys are from that area. Right, right, future. Somebody explain that. Yeah, he was a Yakima SRO when he met the mother of the baby. She was only 12 or 14 working at the school as a resource officer. Y'all can't even trust anybody. And they put a restraining order on the wife, but then they let this child live with him, or I mean, I guess that's like, what's the thought process here? Right, right. Something happened here. Y'all consuming this? All right, so let's keep reading. His ex-wife had recently obtained a protection order against him, authorities said. The Yakima Police Department said in a Facebook post Tuesday that Elias left the apartment in 2021 after receiving discipline. It did not provide any other information. See, anything pertaining to any discipline, leaving like this, violating somebody's rights, if you're in a position of power, attorneys, judges, school teachers, priests, that needs to be public record, y'all. That needs to be public record. Am I right or am I wrong? Let me know. He was. That's where he met her. No worries, Leah. Like, no, but like, honest, isn't that your mind blown? School resource officers. Was he, Kelly? Oh my God. I'm telling you, if 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 a person in positions like police officers, social workers, everybody could get it. You guys are in those situations where you're empowered, there needs to be an audit. There needs to be there needs to be an audit of an auditor. Does that make sense? Right? It's not so much about, exposing, but it's a level of transparency. Faye, no one did a damn thing. You're absolutely right. The school resource officer was let go for reasons unknown. This 13-year-old gets pregnant or however old, and may her soul rest, okay? Because honestly, like this is just horrible. But honestly, like he was with this young child, got her pregnant. There's got to be something in between. You mean to tell me that there's no registration there? There was no news outlet about this. Nothing that would indicate the court that if this man needs a restraining order who's currently married, they knew the reason. Why did they protect the child that was pregnant with his child or had his child? Yes. Yes, pretty much. Pretty much. Thank you, CK. We're going to talk about Brian Kent here, but we just got carried away with this situation. So, Elias' ex-wife, Rodriguez, wrote in her petition for a protection order that her divorce from Elias became final last year, and she had not been aware that he was having a relationship with the same teen he had met as a resource officer until he was charged with rape, with the R word. You already know it's not going to be monetized. As soon as we say that word. She says she feared for the safety of her children, and she said she would be seeking a modification of their parenting plan. She filed for the modification last Friday. Court records show the protection order was issued in February and was to remain in effect for a year under it. He was barred from possessing firearms. Former law enforcement. You're going to bar former law enforcement who was let go, disgruntled employee. You're going to bar them from firearms. You're not going to check. Like, we're going to make, let me show you this is what it looks like when they bar people on shit. Where's my pen? Here it is. We're going to document it like this. You go. It's on your file. Your bar. Who's doing the checks and balances? No, he didn't. He didn't, Nikki. Who's doing the checks and balances on that? You gonna bar him? Are you kidding me? Anyways, the Richland School District said it terminated Elias's employment following his arrest in February. It said it had received recommendations from the Yakima School District before hiring him in 2022, and he had passed background checks. Okay. Most offenders do. What's the deal? That's right. Yeah, that's a Surge move right there with the sticky notes. Does Surge do the sticky notes all the time? I got sticky notes all over. Look. Um, we're extremely disheartened with the information about Elias past not disclosed to us through various processes we have in place to vet our RSD candidates for employment. The district said it is the expectation for the individuals who apply for employment with the RSD with the school district to be forthcoming and truthful in their application. Because offenders, they tell on themselves, right? Don't offenders tell on themselves? They always say, yep, that's me. I'm an offender. Yep, that's me. That's what I did. Sure did. That's what I do. What are you talking about? That's what they did, right? You said it's like the guns that Denny Masterson was hiding and no one audited until the conviction, right? Until somebody brought it up. Somebody had to bring it up and say, like, what's going on here? And didn't it take it like forever for them to actually look into them? Like, it took them forever. My understanding is that somebody could have gotten in trouble over this. Let me know if I'm wrong, but let me know. Okay, so that is what that is what the article says. I'm like, whoa. He killed himself, you guys. He was a coward. The man was a coward. I mean, he knew what was going to happen. This is him. You guys know what's going to happen. Killed his ex-wife, and then he killed a child that he impregnated. That's what he did. This is him. Disgusting. And then the baby, luckily, I mean, left the baby without parents at this point. Not that he's a great parent, but I'm just saying, like, there is no parents. There's no parents. You said, meanwhile, if one of my truck drivers forget to list a job, we automatically disqualify them for falsified applications. See? Where's the parents of the 16-year, or excuse me, the 15-year-old too, of the teenager? I don't know, you guys. This is like, oh my God. The whole thing with Danny Masterson was that one of the victims approached the head of Netflix at his kid's soccer game and was like, how could you employ a rapist? Wow. I expect a lot of parents will be looking for other schools right now. I mean, but isn't this the statement? It's almost like they're passing the buck too, right? Like, we have things in place. What did they say? They said, hold up, y'all. We are extremely disheartened that the information about Elias's past was not disclosed to us through various processes we have in place to vet our RSD candidate for employment. the processes that you put in place, that you're responsible for. Like the buck stops where exactly when it comes to this? You know what I'm saying? Where does it stop? Because this to me, it's like they're passing the buck. This is crazy. You said the young woman was my cousin's family member, baby Roman, which is the baby. He was abducted, and luckily he's in the state's custody at this point. He's safe. Baby Roman will be greatly cared for by the family. Thank you for covering this. It infuriates me. Chief Murph, is it Murney or Murphy? Failed the victims and the community. Yeah, a lot of people failed. So, like, this is the kind of stuff. And thank you, Megan, Megan Hill for the 99. And I'm so sorry. So sorry for your loss if you're in the community. Sorry for everybody here that's in that community for your guys' loss as well. It's not cool. It's not cool. And thank you for sharing, Megan. I'm glad that the baby's safe. But this is just like, wow. That clearly it goes back to the other case of the two women that were murdered as well. Like, it's just horrible. You got judicial people involved. People are doing different things, signing different things. You got different professionals involved, and don't nobody know what the hell to do. They can't even find a sticky note. That's how bad, inadequate. Okay. I heard he was going to trial to get the 16-year-old pregnant, but was also messing with the. Ooh, my goodness. Allegedly, because I don't know if I haven't heard that anywhere. Yeah, I'm sorry, Meg, for your loss. Shout out to you. Chief Murray, thank you. I was going to say Murphy. I don't know why. Did I say it right? Okay. You put an N in there. Gotcha. Thank you. Yeah, we're sorry. You guys dropped some hearts for Meg as well, and for anybody in the community that's in here. Thank you, guys. We are going to move on to the next piece of our conversation. Okay. First of all, let me get out of here. Thank you, guys. Why do I have so many tabs open? Sorry, y'all. Let me stop sharing this real quick. Shout out to everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Right, we got to get going. So I was able to catch some of Aaron's stream on Brian Kent. Okay. And let me just say, oh my God. Like, so I know he read a little bit, he read the statement from this other attorney. And you guys, like, I got some other at least process information of how kind of disciplines work and stuff like that for those that are kind of wondering. So let me see if I can't show the email, but I have an anonymous source that basically said I had sent them the statement because somebody sent me lawyer Cat Thomas' statement, and I sent this person the statement, and they said, since it's likely the disciplinary board that has maintained the confidentiality of the complaint. So that complaint that we read, confidentiality, no one would know unless Brian told them. It is possible that the lawyers who made the complaint quietly informed the other partners at his firm to kind of give a professional warning. But I doubt that. The times I've heard about lawyers reporting other lawyers for discipline or even relaying concerns to a judge to handle, lawyers tend to treat this as a confidential once they tend to treat this confidential once they've put it in the hands of the court. The disciplinary board is under authority of the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. That's who lawyers answer to when they are publicly excuse me. They have to stand in front of the entire PA Supreme Court and get dressed down in open court. Dress down or dress down and get dressed down in open court on the record and in front of their colleagues who are there to argue cases. So informing the disciplinary board is putting it in the hands of the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. We take that very seriously and tend not to take any action that should be the exclusive domain of the court's authority to discipline attorneys. So that should kind of give you guys an idea of like what that discipline situation looks like. So people are saying, well, how come we can't find it on the website? I don't think you're going to find it on the website until it's where it needs to go process wise, right? Then there's more. There could be some indicators that the other partners knew, such as not allowing him to have professional contact with clients. A sudden substitution of an associate or other partner in Brian's cases for meetings, court appearances, settlement discussions could indicate they had knowledge of allegations. Cutting him out of the litigation without actually kicking him out of the firm? Short of that, though, it's more likely Brian did not tell anyone at all. The firm itself may face liability should Jane Doe sue. Oh, shit. Additionally, so oh my god, so the firm, yeah. Should I slow down? This is one of my attorney friends. Shout out to them. They kind of explained to me how the disciplinary stuff works, right? So because they were representing with victims with Laffey, Bucci, and he was co-founder of that firm, could they also they could be held liable? Should any of the people that he represented sue if there's anything, in their investigation, right? Wow. That's crazy. I'm not even going. Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm shocked with what I just read too. They had to do with the doctors, the same thing, neuropsych. That's right. I mean, I know you got to like for licensing and stuff, you stand in front of a board if you fucked up. I've seen that happen. Yeah. hmm But I mean, to me, a bunch of lawyers dissecting you, that's a whole different thing. I'll never forget many years ago, I had an interview with a lot of fucking lawyers over a job, and it was literally a pool of 300 people, and I made the cut to number 3. I didn't get the job, clearly, but oh man. No. Don, shout out to you. Thank you for your email. When? On Twitter? Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, here they are. I don't follow them, so there you go. Oh, you said the 20th, 22nd. Oh, wow. Oh, no, you guys, I got to show you this. Hold up. Oh my God. Breaking. This was on the 20th? How come I missed this? I miss a lot of stuff. I'm tired. Breaking. The Child USA Board of Directors had issued a statement, complaint filed against a former board member. Swipe through to the full statement. Well, there's a statement. The board of directors of Child USA recently learned of a confidential complaint filed with the disciplinary board of the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania regarding allegations of misconduct made against attorney Brian Kent. At the time, Mr. Kent was a member of Child USA board of directors. As soon as this information came to the attention of the Child USA board, it immediately took action. What? So, wait a minute. Hold up. You mean to tell me that as soon as it came to their attention, how long did they know? Like, I just want to know. I don't want to like recently when the complaint was filed. Let me get the date. Let me get the date. What are we playing for? What are we playing for? Let me get my virtual sticky notes. Hold up. Hold up. I can tell you when it was filed. November 30th of 2022. Wow. Okay, let's get hold up, y'all. Let me get smaller. Let me get smaller, okay? As soon as this information came to the attention of Child USA's board, it immediately took action to address the allegations against Mr. Kent. On April 15th, 2024, Mr. Kent tendered his resignation to the board without further comment. So he gave his okay. Without further comment, Mr. Kent had not informed the board of the complaint filed against him prior to his resignation. Oh my God. But a lot of people knew about, listen, Child USA, let me tell you something, because I know Mike Rinder wrote a blog, and fuck it, I've already doxed, I've been doxed, right? A lot. You know, I was kind of cleaning up. This is called a master's degree right here. A master's degree in social work. That's what this is called right here. I am in no way or have I ever been affiliated with Scientology. So for Mike Rinder to write a blog about Scientology is attacking Child USA, no ma'am, no sir, no nothing. Let me explain something to you. If you need my resume, I can send it to you. I know exactly what Child Abuse Prevention Month looks like every April. I created a lot of those programs at a state and county level. Okay? Don't put me in a bunch to try to discredit me. I worked my ass off for this. And my undergraduate. So don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? It's an insult. It's an insult to say that Scientology is coming when we broke the news on this, and it's been this is a huge deal. It really is. So if Child USA is watching, please note this. I've never been a Scientologist. I'm here just bringing awareness to everything that goes on here. I just happen to have a YouTube channel. Okay? I had to leave my career of 10 years to address my daughter's feeding issues. That's what I did. And I earned my stripes. Okay? And if you need my resume, let me know and I'll send it to you. No questions asked. Okay. Let's get all right, I'm just saying, because I didn't appreciate that he totally did a blog about Scientology is attacking Child USA. No, I know how important Child USA is. I would never attack an organization. I will call out something that just doesn't seem right. You're in an organization, right? You got to do what you got to do, bring some awareness. You know, people do stuff, misuse of power, that's a real thing. I worked in government. I know what that looks like. Happens all the time. I used to supervise people. I had to let go of people. I know how it works, right? So I'm just telling you, don't, if Mike Rinder has posted out something about, he's already put stupid shit out on me as far as my channel goes, please know that I am not attacking Child USA. I work my ass off for that. I would never do that. I do like transparency though. Okay. Let's get it together. So I guess this is one of their posts, right? As soon as this information came attention, Mr. Kent had not informed the board of the complaint filed against him prior to his resignation. I'm kind of wondering if he, like, listen, in my opinion, people knew, okay? But did he have a duty to inform? Because those complaints are confidential, leaked and confidential, okay? It is what it is. Let me see. It is the Child USA Board's understanding that the complaint remains under confidential investigation by the Disciplinary Board of the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania. So I have a feeling that they had to call the, the bar, right? And basically said, hey, listen, can you confirm if there is a complaint? Can you let me know what's going on, right? Because they have to confirm that information. So it's not like hearsay. There's a real complaint. And I was thinking too about the investigative in general, people that investigate and everything. I'm kind of wondering, well, like how far, what details can they get given that some of this is confidential? But I guess we'll see. It's a direct statement from Don. Thank you so much for giving me the heads up on this. Honestly, Don, you're awesome. I just didn't know. So I guess word got fast. Why don't we do this? Why don't we go ahead and repost and heart and bookmark, and let's tag. Let me tag Aaron. Let's see. Growing up, I don't even think Aaron follows me on Twitter. Growing up in, do you follow me on Twitter, Aaron? No. I don't even know. I know we follow each. I know I follow him. How do you spell Aaron's name? Isn't it S? It's SCN. There it is. There. Yeah. FYI, if y'all want to jump in on the Twitter train and retweet, let me see. I don't know who else is on Twitter, but there's that. There's that. This is crazy, you guys. Tell him, Rabbit, you're the best. No, stop, y'all. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's not even about that. We got to do what we got to do, you know? Rabbit is side-eyeing Rinder like a child, please. This diploma right here, hinder everything. Exactly. Exactly. That's the real thing. That shit right there, I lost sleep. I lost my I can't even tell you how many fucking papers I had to write, or the internships, or the projects and the research and the stuff that I had to do. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, don't do that to me to try to discredit. And let me tell you guys something, because this is something that's come to my attention too. After yesterday's coverage, there's been a lot of trolls. Listen, I said what I said yesterday. You don't have to like the subject that we're talking about. That's fine. But what you're not going to do is disrespect me or disrespect anybody else in my chat. You don't like me, that's cool. What's interesting is that some of these people have been contacting various haters that I have, that have done videos about me and whatever. I don't care. I don't care. Do you? Okay? I've been doxxed. My family's been doxxed. I've been threatened. I've had to file police reports. If you come to my door, then it's on like Donkey Kong. That's how I see it. Okay. That's how I see it. There's nothing more to it than that's it. You know, then I have to take the appropriate measures. Um, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're making a difference. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, had to leave. Twitter is something else, man. Give me one sec. Sorry, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a lot of people out there. Comment, I help my hubby type papers for his MSW. I know the amount of work that goes in there, girl, Bella. You did help him? You didn't write them, did you? You helped her. So, just saying. I used to supervise interns as well once I graduated and everything. Poe, do you follow me on Twitter? Make sure you do. That's a trip, man. It's a trip. We can disagree on things, but if you can't stay civil, you can stay at its absolutely. That's it. You don't have to agree with me whatsoever. But there's one thing that I will always do is I'm going to tell you how the shit is for what it is, and it may not fit your narrative. And by no means am I perfect. Nobody's perfect. My family's not perfect, you guys. I'm telling you. I'm first generation college graduate, university graduate. I'm first generation of a lot of things. I had to work my ass off to get to where I was at. Had to do it. So trust me when I say that I am not perfect. I was a juvie kid, not perfect. Okay. So please note that. Great thing about haters, it just proves them how important you are. Yeah. So you have a PhD and just retired. I have lots of time to look around. You have a Don, shout out to Don, I was like, one day I'm going to go back to school. And now I don't know if I want to anymore. I'm just being honest with you. I'm tired. Y'all, I'm tired. I think like this child of mine has tired me out. I don't think so. What I think I changed my mind maybe. I don't know yet. But shout out to you. You said, in my opinion, MSW is one of the heaviest and most useful degrees you can get. It's way harder than plain. Yeah, it is. Some of my work, because I worked in government for 10 years, they paid. some of my degree. So I had a competitive internship. Like, you guys got to understand, I worked full time and I went to school, and I had a competitive internship, and I did both. But when you really want something, you get it. That's what you got to do. It has not been the easiest at all. So this is why when somebody like Mr. Rinder writes a blog and says all that and says that Scientology is trying to discredit Child USA, I'm not Scientology. I'm a concerned person that happens to see some red flags and just calls it out. That's it. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it's all the cite your sources, so that's a habit. Oh my God. And I'm sure there's a lot of citing of sources in a PhD until you become one of the sources. You said, Mike's blog, someone asked how he became an anti Scientologist. In his reply, buy my book, it'll answer all your questions. Says the Scientology. You don't have to buy my book. Don't worry. You wouldn't do it? You wouldn't do it? Well, I don't know, man. I don't think I could do a PhD. I don't know. Not in, I don't feel as pumped up as I used to, if that makes sense. Okay, let me get back to this body of this email. Now we're gonna get to this lawyer blog real quick, and shout out to Don, because Don was the one that gave me the heads up on this. Congratulations, because it's never too late, and you're never too late to do it. Good job for you. Good job for you. I have a bachelor's. I have a, what is it? My undergraduate is in criminology with a minor in social science. Yep. That was a trip to get to, trust me. But I worked my ass off. I had great GPA on my undergraduate and my graduate. So yeah. Okay. So here it is. This lawyer friend of mine says the firm itself may face liability should Jane Doe sue. Additionally, legal malpractice insurance only covers when you make a mistake during the course of your representation of a client. It does not cover actions by an attorney that are not within the scope of their legal representation. Just like malpractice insurance wouldn't cover an attorney in a car accident. Ooh. So he and the firm may be responsible personally. Their checkbooks could be at stake. That's why I tend to think the firm didn't know. Yeah, because the firm wouldn't have kept him, even though he founded the firm, but I'm pretty sure he probably kept it from everybody, right? Like, that's crazy. So they're liable. They're liable. Unless he has some, pardon the phrase, cult-like control at the firm, which I doubt, no attorney would risk their entire firm to tolerate another attorney's misconduct. Not to mention, the allegations are extremely embarrassing. I cannot imagine a lawyer who is capable of doing what is alleged here, turning around and having the integrity to inform. Ooh, hold up. I cannot imagine a lawyer who is capable of doing what is alleged here, turning around and having the integrity to inform his partners. Those two personality types just don't jive. Hoo wee, yo. Okay, that's crazy. I have no words. I have no words. And I'm supposed to have words and I just don't. Okay. So I did a video earlier on the AML website, law.com. Basically, they went and they did this little, like, initially how we read it. Let me show you guys because I have a screenshot of it here. Something to the effect of like, Laffey Bucci Kent parts way with named partner. Brian Kent, known for his representation of sexual assault victims, he described his move as a mutual decision and an amicable one. That's what he said. That's his comment. This was posted on the 18th. So then they updated it, which is right here. And this is what I reported earlier today. Laffey Bucci and Kent named partners exit neither mutual or amicable. Firm contends. So then the firm responds and said, the firm was like, He didn't leave amicably. meaning he didn't push in his chair, collect his pencils, take his briefs, pick up whatever stuff is on the floor. No, he didn't do that. He left all this shit out. He left it all out. He did. He said, nope. He left his drink on the desk. He sure did. That's not amicable. His stuff was all over the place, just like me right here. That's what he did. That's not amicable. So he goes see. Okay, so Brian Kent talks to ALM Law, and basically says it was a mutual, it was fine, it was amicable. And then they reach out to the firm and they're like, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it was not. And then I'm kind of wondering, who, did they give further statement that said Kent has also previously resigned from his position on the board of directors? He didn't resign. Wasn't he removed? Like, what is going on? Hold up, y'all. Ooh, let me see. Let me go back to the statement right here. The board member of directors, yada, 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 learned of the confidentiality. Okay. And then as soon as we were informed, it came to our attention, it immediately took action to address the allegations against Mr. Kent. On April 15th, Mr. Kent tendered his resignation to the board without further comment. Mr. Kent had not informed the board of the complaint filed against him prior to his resignation. Kudos to Child USA. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't take away from Child USA. I just think that they really need to look at their members a little bit closely and stop labeling people like Scientologists. Because I'm telling you, the people, the second generations, the people that are speaking out have a reason and should have a voice instead of being silenced by a blog or somebody that wrote a book and got a nice little Emmy. It's not okay. That's not okay. A TV show doesn't make you. Just like a degree wouldn't make me either, right? That's a piece of paper. That's all it is. Just says that I did some stuff at school, worked my ass off, but still. That's crazy. Okay. Then this attorney right here, shout out to Don, who sent this statement from Kat Thomas, who is an attorney. I think Aaron read this too. It has come to our attention at Thomas Counselors at Law, LLC, that Brian Kent, former partner of our joint venture partners, Laffey, Bucci, and Kent, LLP, was terminated. Now, see, I had no idea when none of us knew that he was but now she's saying he was terminated because all they said that it wasn't an amicable leave. See, when somebody says, oh, it was amicable, it means that you could be like rehired, right? I'm just thinking, this is weird. Why wouldn't Rinder, a fellow board member, inform his own board about possible misconduct? Because it doesn't. Listen, when I brought the news, you know how many fan stands came into my comments and were like, I hope he sues you. Sues me for what? I'm asking the question. You guys are in the show. Did you know something? Did you not know something? This is a legit question. And then what you do is you type a blog about Child USA. Okay, stay at Child USA. Nobody. Anyways, it's a great question, Don. Question: did all this go down after you broke the story about the complaint, Pamela? That's what it seems like. I did the video on April 6th. We found out sometime in April 11th that he wasn't on the website anymore. Then it's literally date-wise, it's from the 6th, and it ever since the 6th. But keep in mind that the complaint was filed on the 2022, and also keep in mind something else. I forgot about this, and I'm going to show it now. Oh man, who was the person that sent me? Let me tell you how effed up this thing is, okay? Is it this one? Hold up. Somebody sent me a video. Yes, no. No, that's not it. Damn it. Oh, I can't remember the person's name. Oh, yes, right here. Hold up. Ah, damn it. Somebody send me a video. Sorry, guys. So the complaint was filed November of 2022, right? He does this interview 4 months ago, December of 2023. So he knew about this complaint, and he's sitting here doing this interview talking about the victims of Scientology. Let me just show you guys. I'm not even like, whoa, the audacity of you to do this. Hold up.
I do, and you know, they were super supportive. And then it was just
Look at this.
through
Just
the
watch.
years, a process of figuring out how do we get these cases, but also how do we make people feel comfortable with litigating
crazy.
civil cases in such a traumatic experience that they have, which is a
So he talks about making victims feel comfortable during litigation.
very difficult part of our practice is saying to folks, here's the reality of litigating these cases, but making sure that they understand that they're going to be protected. We're all trauma informed here at our firm to deal with trauma.
And you're talking about your clients now directly.
Yeah. I mean, that's I think one of the hardest things with regards to these cases is you're dealing with folks that have gone through significant trauma. So they have trust issues already.
Sure.
They don't want to talk about what happened to them. And you're asking, if you file a civil suit, they're going to have to talk about what happened to them and to multiple people they don't know and things of that nature. And
you are their lawyer, so in theory they should just trust your guidance. But let's be realistic. A lot of times the reason they're in the boat that they are is because there's people they already were supposed to have been able to trust that completely violated that. So now here you come along. All right, you're another guy I should trust, but that's what you mean about those trust issues.
Wow. Hold up. Wow. Hold up. What? Sarah's like, what the actual heck? Yeah. Position of power. The complaint had already been filed, you guys. He did this interview like, what, 4 months ago, didn't it say? December 14th of 2023? The complaint had already been filed. I don't think this attorney here by the name of the Esquire Files, whoever knows this guy, make sure y'all know, let him know. You might want to put this video on private because it's not a good look. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I think it depends on the type of client that comes through our door. So like, if it's a female client, I'm very conscious of that. If it was a male perpetrator, that we say first and foremost, if you want a female attorney to the person that you're going to meet with, we'll make sure that happens. Even if the person is okay with meeting with me or another male attorney from our team, I leave the door open. I don't close it so that they don't feel comfortable. Yeah, so I think it's just based on the circumstances with regards to each client. But that's why I always say with regards to these cases, you have to know not just how to litigate the case because they are super complex, but you also have to know how to work with people that have experienced trauma so that you are not re-traumatizing them again through the process.
Sure. Yeah, the people part, the hand-holding that goes along the way and gaining their trust and making sure that.
All right. Well, this is not. I have a feeling if this attorney, I don't know if he finds out or what. If he's gonna put this interview on private, he might. I think it would be a better look, but that's just my opinion. Okay. And then he goes again over here at the 28-minute mark. Hold up.
Of success in those types of cases that that seemingly nobody will take. I mean, we've had cases, for example, against the Church of Scientology that people would just say, we're not going to, their litigation tactics are way too much. We're not going to take those cases, and you're not going to be successful because they have these mandatory arbitration provisions in there, and blah 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 blah. And we just looked at
how successful were you, Mr. Kent? This was literally in 2023. That had already been a little over a year, close to 2. How successful were you? Y'all saw Aaron's live? Ask this guy. Yeah, this is the. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
Did it and we said, this looks really wrong about what happened to these people. And is there a way that we can bring this case and be successful? And if ultimately our collective thought is yes, we can, despite how ugly that road may be or difficult it may be. I think we've proven and that we can do those types of cases when people can't.
I like it. Let me ask from a risk reward perspective.
Risk reward. Okay, shut up, attorneys. Let's move on because it's too much. I mean, this is like the lawyer talk. That's great. They're kind of patting each other in the back, my opinion. And then you're sitting there knowing that you have this whole complaint right on you, and you're just like the audacity, right? And then to the Church of Scientology clients, the victims of Scientology, that's who you're representing. Like, it's just, I can't even watch that without really feeling some type of way about it. Okay, so he decided to compound it, right? Here we go. And so the attorney then says, we have been made aware. So he was terminated. This is how I found out about the termination, because it hadn't really been said. This lawyer put a statement out there. They felt the need to put the statement for the sake of transparency. By the way, I don't know this attorney. Shout out to this attorney, Kat Thomas, for putting out a statement. Did they have to do that? No, they didn't have to do that. But shout out to them. Thank you for putting out a statement. Because while we've been waiting for his firm to put out a statement, she put out a statement. Shout out to them for doing that. Okay? Just saying. So the LLP was terminated from the firm earlier this month. We have also been made aware that the allegations of misconduct were made against Brian Kent in connection with the former client. While we respect that the complaints are under investigation, we believe survivors and refuse to remain silent in the faces of reported misconduct and abuse of power. The misuse of power to prey upon any individual, whether it be between a doctor and a patient, employee, employer, priest, parishioner, or attorney or client, it is never okay to exploit the position of power for personal gratification. While we support Laffey, Bucci, and Kent's decision to terminate Brian, we believe more action is necessary to ensure that the whole truth has been brought to light. What does she mean by that? What do they mean by more action? Do you guys think this Jane Doe is the only person? Allegedly. Just my opinion. Don't sue me. More? More? Yeah? Well, okay. We call upon Laffey, Bucci, and Kent to immediately initiate a transparent and independent investigation that will investigate and determine the truth about Mr. Kent's conduct with those under his care supervision. Start looking. And Miss Kat Thomas, or I'm assuming it's a female, excuse me. Again, thank you for this. If you're watching, thank you. Mr. Kent's conduct with those under his care supervision. It is imperative that any finding of the investigation be made public. We further ask that they fully support the client and their employees during this time. We support all survivors' rights to report misconduct to the authorities and law enforcement and to seek assistance that they need. Thank you. Shout out to her. Never single acts. Well, I mean, she's asking for them to do an investigation, which would make sense. But in order for them to do an investigation, I want them to look at they need to survey all the people that were represented, Scientology, Danny Masterson victims, all these victims, and anybody else for that matter. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't want any lawsuits. If I'm a firm, not that I know how it works, but I'm just thinking out loud, I would want to be as transparent as I can, like, no matter what. That's it. That's all. Let me shout out some people. Carolina, thank you for becoming a vendor. Excuse me, not a vendor. A member. Vintage Mama, thank you for being a member for 3 months. Mel King's Kid, a member for 1 month. Thank you. Kelly, thank you for becoming a member. Up Mayo. Thank you for becoming a member. Megan Hill, again, thank you for the $9.99. Shout out to you, Megan Hill. Shout out to you, Up Mayo, and all the new members, guys. Thank you so much. Yes, I would agree so. Listen, 2024 has been the year, y'all. Let me just say that much. It's been the year. It's been the year of craziness, that's for sure. What do you guys think in the comments? Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. If you're watching the replay, let me know. I'm going to put a timestamp for those that want to kind of move forward with the other news. It's absolutely fine. I am just kind of sitting here. I'm a little tired. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm very tired. Um, I spent a lot. It's been a lot of stuff that's been happening, and we'll see. You said 2023 was FA, fuck around, and 2024 is fuck around and find out, or fuck and find out. Oh my God, it's been a lot, you guys. It's been a whack. It's been a whack 2020. We just started. You know, when Aaron said MR could have told Miriam, yeah, you guys didn't, yeah. And honestly, like, I can't even, let me see, where's Aaron stream? I couldn't, I don't think I could have said it better than Aaron. Honestly, I'm glad that like he put timestamps here. Thank you, Aaron, for putting timestamps on your stuff. When he said this, oh, this is a bad, I was like,
Makes sense.
whoa.
By the way, what I
Hold
didn't
up.
say in the beginning of this video is that it is Mike Rinder who brought Brian Kent to represent all of these clients.
That's crazy.
And what has been causing me to scratch my head is Mike has known that this complaint against Brian Kent has been circulating in our community. Mike has known about Brian Kent for about a year.
I'd say it.
The plaintiff of the report is a good friend of Mike's. She told Mike about what happened with Brian Kent a long time ago. I can come up with maybe a few reasons why Mike maybe either wouldn't have told Child USA. I can come up with excuses.
But you can't because you're not supposed to. That's them. Maverick, thank you for being a member. Yeah, that's where I believe they got the client base off of that. There was that one episode, and this is, I think Brian Kent made an appearance. Don't quote, it's been a long time since I've seen this episode, but there was that episode of, like, the Jehovah Witnesses, and they were all sitting down and everything. And they were answering questions, and Marcy, the lady, the CEO founder, was there too. She was crazy.
I can't come up with excuses that continue to make sense after everything sort of blew up last November. Mike's known that this report is out there. Mike's known that like a dozen, 20, 30 people have this report. Mike's known that I can't continue to explain why Mike didn't go to Marcy Hamilton and say, Marcy, Brian Kent's got to step down because there's some shit that's going to be blowing up. I can't make it make sense. So here's the other shoe that I'm waiting to drop. And here's where the investigation is eventually going to lead. This is the question that Child USA is going to have to answer. They clearly took no action against Brian Kent until Rabbit did a video. By the way, Rabbit, someone that the Aftermath Foundation board has described as a dog with fleas.
Who are the fleas now? Who are the dogs and the fleas now? Because I wouldn't be sitting on a board with somebody like that. I just, with all those allegations, this is why they took action, right?
That's how they described Rabbit for advocating for Miriam Francis. Child USA clearly took no action against Brian Kent until Rabbit did a video about him.
That's crazy.
The question is going to be why. Is it because Marcy Hamilton didn't know, which means Mike Rinder didn't tell her?
Oh,
the question is going to be, Marcy, did you know and you didn't do anything? Or did Mike know and he didn't tell you? No matter what the answer is to that question, it seems like Brian Kent is probably not going to be the last person to be dismissed from the Child USA organization.
That's crazy. All right, you guys go check out. I'm sure everybody watch Aaron at this point. Let me know your thoughts in the comments because I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm still kind of processing the information, you guys. This is like, and it's been a slowly developing investigation. Okay, I'm just being honest. Okay, I have no words. I have no words, you guys. I don't know what else to say. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I will let you guys go. See you guys on the next one. I'm going to try to get some sleep because I'm really tired. You guys have a great night, okay? Thank you so much for everybody that joined and supported my stream. Thank you, Maverick. And is it Lily? Lily Lil? Lil. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will let you guys go, okay? You guys have a great night. I gotta go get some sleep, y'all. It's been a lot in my head, and kind of consuming this is a lot. Rabbits out. Bye, guys.